Why would it seem like the voters are not listening? Why would it seem like there's a seeming disinterest in what these parties are saying? Because we have also monitored and we've realized that, look, like I said in the opening of our conversation, the campaigns may not have been as fierce as we saw in Edo State. Yes, that could be a good or a bad thing, considering how you look at it. But then it would also seem like, yes, the level of interest from the electorate may not also be as intense as we saw in Edo and as we've seen in previous elections, even there in Ondo State. We recall the last governorship election in Ondo State that the late Akeredolu won. At this point, just days to the election, you and I can attest to how intense the campaigns were and how interested and deeply ingrained and politically conscious the people were. What is different this time around? Are there perhaps certain peculiarities that is making the entire situation different?
Yes, I think what can be factored as, and this bubbled up in some of our conversations when we had a focus group discussion. Of course, the realities around the economy came up as, yeah, maybe we just want to survive, we just want to move on with our lives, let the elections come and go, and then, let's know what we are facing in terms of, clear-cut issues around survival, clear-cut issues around how do we get by for, to the next day and things like that. That's one very interesting factor that I think bubbled up in the conversation. But I think another factor is probably there's the whole aspect of the weariness of people questioning. And of course, I have to pivot back to the role information manipulation is playing, disinformation is playing, because this is not just a Nigerian thing, this is not just an Ondo State thing. The whole problem of information manipulation is even a sub-regional thing, and we even have a component now that it's focusing on what is called foreign information manipulation and interference, whereby you have foreign actors projecting certain kinds of narratives into and your citizens have access to those kinds of narratives around the fact that probably democracy is not delivering on development, is not delivering on the accountable governance it should deliver. And so, there could be that dimension of the weariness. And we heard people talk about this, talk about the high cost of living. How will that connection be made in the electoral process? So when you put all of these in a whole basket, it's also about the narratives that are shaping the elections at the grassroots, and those narratives will definitely affect the attitudes, because narratives are actually very powerful. When you have a specific kind of narrative, it also translates into the attitudes that you get to see on the ground.